We got about 7 minutes left of Monday Night Raw. They got Baja Chipotle, Miss Vicky's. I didn't even know they made them kind of chips.
Exclusive to Subway, according to that bag.
Anyway, we got about we got about 7 minutes left on the show. It looks like I don't know what they plan on doing or why they had to go to commercial right now, but let's just see what they gonna do. Let's just see. We got 1 minute left of ads that I'm looking at because I have ads on mine because I am poor. So I wasn't paying Netflix for the bigger or the premium, the more premium account. Wasn't doing that. So yeah, we just gonna wait this out. I don't know what they're gonna do besides, Cody getting up from being kicked in the face by Sammy. Now Instagram crashed on me today. So it made it very difficult for me to post commentary and get that done. I have not been able to post on my Instagram. I have not been on Instagram for the last couple of hours because my Instagram will not open. So y'all haven't seen commentary from me yet because of that. So once I guess they send the update out for me to update my Instagram and it finally does open, then I'll be able to use my Instagram. But until then, you know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I was going off. Okay. It went on commercial to go off.
That's crazy.
It went on commercial to go off so they could show us that Roman is on the cover of 2K25. This is some extra shit.
Hey, that bloodline cover hard.
I don't give a damn. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Roman Reigns just as much as the next person, okay? But like, this is a lot. This is a lot. Oh, okay.
That championship, gosh, I don't know. I spent 39 years, I spent my whole life. That's all I ever wanted to get my hands on.
Okay, so they did go back to the show. I was about to say that's how we close it out. All right.
Continue to do so. And I am so looking forward to the Royal Rumble where I can move past Kevin Owens and find out.
Oh, what the fuck is this? What is happening?
He's wearing the off-white ones he bought.
This show is so chaotic. What is going on? He got little trinkets on him. What is on the side? Is that the tab that the off-whites have on them?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't that like it detail your authenticity of the shoe?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with off-white. Off-white always got them tabs on there. And you got to keep it on there in order for people to know it's from Off-White, which I was like, I don't know. I low-key don't like that because I feel like I shouldn't. Oh, he said, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Well, at least he apologized. Cody said, look, I just got haluva kicked and my ass got whooped twice. Your apology cute, but bitch, this is my hometown. I didn't come out in Chicago and talk shit while you was out there. Ho, why is you here? Why is you here? Is the only answer. Give me an answer. Somebody say something. No.
334 historic days way back when. Somewhere around the 300-day mark, it started to weigh on me. I started to get burned out. And frankly, it turned me into somebody that I didn't enjoy being most days. I lost friends because of that title, and I see you losing friends left and right, and I get it. You want to be Bruno Sammartino. You want to come out here and you want to put on your face for your hometown. You want to be John Cena. You want to do it all. But Cody, none of us are Superman. I don't have a lot of friends, but CM Punk, you're my friend, right?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's why I'm out here. That's why I'm talking to you right now.
What's going on?
And I'm your great. I'm here to be your friend. And unlike everybody else you've surrounded yourself with, I promise you that I will always be your friend. Partly because of a promise I made to your father, but partly because, damn it, Cody, I love you.
Oh, that's sweet. But what the fuck is going on?
It's a road that I travel, and part of me feels like I've let you down because I couldn't prepare you for this. But the truth is, not even your father could have prepared you for this. You are the man unequivocally on top of the mountain. There are no friends. When you're a champion in WWE, you got a target on your back. And when you're the champion, it turns into a heavy as the head that wears the crown sort of situation. Well, please, let's just cut through it. Last year before the Royal Rumble, we stood in the ring just like we're standing now, and you had a prediction that had a lot of truth to it. So tell me, Fred, tell me, what's next for me?
Well, he's saying be honest with him, so tell him the truth.
Okay, I'll tell you what's next for you. In the short term, you're in your hometown. You get to sleep in your own bed tonight. And that's rare in this business, especially when you're running as hard as you are. But I bet you're not going to sleep at all. Because chances are you got an early call time, and you're going to be doing media promotion for what is the biggest match of your entire career at the Royal Rumble against Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you get to enjoy some time with your wife and your daughter. But chances are you're not going to be sleeping much anyway because you're going to be thinking about the biggest match of your career. Look at the title, Cody. That means something to a guy like me and you. And then you're going to crisscross the country because if you make it past Kevin Owens,
We mean if.
the SOBs in that locker room, a little bit deranged, but somebody who used to be your friend, so you're going to be too emotional. If you make it past him, well, then there's the next show. There's Raw, and then there's SmackDown, and we're on Netflix, and it's bigger than ever. You're the poster boy. This is what you asked for. And no matter how thin you're spread, and no matter how early the mornings are, and no matter how late the nights get, you sacrifice. That's what's in store for you. Less time at home with your daughter, less time at home with your wife. Empty nights. Ironically, in front of sold-out stadiums chanting your name because that means something to guys like me and you. With all these little kids out here wearing your merchandise. When you're crisscrossing the country, your bus draped in the red and the white and the blue. Somebody is going to be busting their ass chasing you. Somebody is going to be getting into the best shape of their life. Somebody is going to win the Royal Rumble, and they're going to see you in the main event of WrestleMania. And while you're on the way down, they're on the way up, and they're going to take that belt from you. And that's the good news, Cody. That's the good news. Yeah.
Bad news is gonna be me.
Please tell me the bad news.
Bad news is he knows it's gonna be him.
The bad news is that somebody is me.
You could have just came out there and told him you was gunning for his championship.
Your friends stabbing you in the back. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble, and I'll see you in the main event of WrestleMania. And because I'm your one true friend, I'm gonna stab you in the front.
Oh, he just threw up on the court.
Really? Ew.
I respect you telling me that. Sure. But I'm gonna share something with you. When I first came into the whole wrestling sphere, when I first showed up at 4400 Jefferson Road,
All right, give me a plug to my computer, please.
Sure.
It's over here.
Oh no, I was getting stuff on the floor.
But that dynamic has shifted because your prediction last year, one thing you certainly wrong. Our dynamic, you and I, our relationship completely changed. You know why? I'm not chasing.
Ooh.
You're chasing me.
You're chasing.
Ooh, shit now. It's getting ticky tacky. Ooh. Oh, he said he want him to catch up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Have said that they hope it's me that keeps there's a graveyard of careers that wanted me to catch them right up until I did.
Oh. Oh. It's getting nasty.
I want you to catch up. I want you to win the Royal Rumble, and I hope it's you because I want to see the look on your face when you find out that the best in the world isn't the best in the world anymore.
Oh. Oh my God. It's so much happening at once. Is it over?
With notification at the bottom said the live event ended.
Okay. They cut off Roman Reigns commercial so we can see this. It was like, hold on, I think they want to see this. Why did y'all put it on there in the first damn place? And I sit here for another 30 minutes.
You're gonna be here on Monday.
It was only a few minutes. It wasn't 30 minutes. It was about 15. Where they gonna be at?
Here.
Monday Night Raw gonna be here next Monday?
Mm-hmm.
At the Rocket?
Mm-hmm.
That's great, I guess. I can't even go. That sucks. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, that was something. That was something. I feel like that could have been a little bit cleaner in execution, but I'm not necessarily mad at it. I actually like the foreshadowing just a little bit because this could happen one of two ways. Okay, Phil could win the Royal Rumble, or he could win Elimination Chamber. Either way, this is a good way to move Phil to SmackDown. Okay, so he's out of Raw's way. And you got a good setup between Phil and Cody which I prefer because it's new and we don't have to keep rehashing shit. And eventually Seth can, meet up with Cody later on down the line, and it don't have to be no titles involved if that's how they want to go. Like, there's a lot of possibilities to this that can lend some credence to new feuds, new things, and just everything going into totally new different directions. So I'm okay with this promo and the way things are going. But I said in my title, I have an idea of who attacked Jade and where this could possibly go. So today, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez had a singles tag team match against Bianca and Naomi. Now, Bianca and Naomi had them beat in this match, okay? But then Dom came out there, caused enough of a distraction, and that cost them the match. Now, this is the second time that Naomi and Bianca have been pinned by Liv and Raquel. Now, if this didn't happen and they just went over on Liv and Raquel and then they went, because they're gonna be in Atlanta tomorrow because NXT is in Atlanta, and they went to NXT wrestle and dropped those titles to Lash and Jakara, I wouldn't have an issue, right? But something tells me they're not dropping them titles to Lash and Jakara. And if the attack on Jade Cargill seems more like something Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez would do in terms of long term, because they did say they wanted the tag team titles when Jade Cargill had it. They realized that Jade was more muscle than they thought, so they took her out thinking the titles could be vacated. Now, it's one of two ways this could happen. It can happen the way I'm explaining it, where they thought the title was going to be vacated, but Naomi stepped up, and they figure they have a better shot at beating Naomi than they would beating Jade and Bianca. Okay? So, cool. Or Liv and Raquel could end up being the ones to expose who actually attacked Jade Cargill and cause enough discord between the group that it makes it so that they can easily get those tag titles, and that'll cause more of the dysfunction and separate everybody that needs to be separated. It could be one of two ways, right? Hello, Keenan. How are you? Hello. So, something about this makes me believe that these two either were involved or they about to blow up the spot about who was involved, because there was no other reason to include Liv and Raquel in the title conversation when you had an ample opportunity to drop those titles to Lash and Jakara and let them stay in NXT for a little while. So I don't know, something about tomorrow and them going up against Lash and Jakara for them tag team titles. This is the second time now they're facing them for them titles. Seems interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So if they do it the way I think the original way is that, Jade actually was attacked by Raquel or Liv or both of them, because look at what they did to Rhea Ripley. You know what I'm saying? It's not far-fetched, right? If that's the case, then Jade should come back tomorrow while they're in Atlanta, because Atlanta is her hometown. She should come back tomorrow, get rid of Dom, and they all standing there tag team champs together. Now, the only problem is Naomi would have to give Jade back her championship. You know what I'm saying? That might be a problem. I'm good. But it's a lot. It's a lot going on, but I'm not mad at it. I do like the way they set up this Monday Night Raw. I'm not happy with Drew's match with Sammy. That was a cheap finish to the match. In my opinion, Sammy should have won. I understand they're trying to, manipulate Sammy, because Drew was going to attack him anyway. And to me, if Sammy would have finally gotten a win over Drew, that would have been even more of a catalyst for Drew to attack him. Drew just attacked him just to do it and just to add salt into the wound. And it just seems like overkill. It just seems like they're doing too much. And then they got Kevin and Drew insinuating that that Sammy's on their side. It's just a lot. They're doing too much. There's not enough nuance going on here. I don't like. And then they got Cross involved. He's doing his bullshit, his manipulation bullshit. And I'm not a fan because it leads Cross nowhere. Cross has not gotten a championship shot against anybody. He hasn't been in the forefront or in the limelight in any way, shape, or form. The only thing he has done is turn people heel for the last year, which, in my opinion, yeah, great. Love that for you. But there needs to be an end game for you. Sammy's not a former world champion other than tag team in the Intercontinental Championship. So what do you gain from taking Sammy out mentally other than you was able to mess him over? I don't understand it, but everybody else seemed to be in love with the concept, and I'm just like, okay, whatever makes y'all happy, bro. Now we also had a match with Xavier. He went up against Rey Mysterio. Xavier's mama, his daddy, and his sister was supposed to be there, but they didn't show up. It was later on that in the match that they ended up actually being there, and they had on some New Day Sucks merch, child. And then Xavier lost. Not only did Xavier lose this week, Kofi lost last week. And then in the back, Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser seemed to be on the same page with each other, talking and kicking. And that's when Xavier and Kofi walk up trying to get, talking about, yeah, man, let's get some camaraderie, right? We boys. And it was just like, nigga, nah. They let them niggas hang it, okay? It's a damn shame when you are a heel and none of the heels fuck with you and nobody on the roster fuck with you and your own mama don't fuck with you. Baby, it's a cold, cold day in hell, honey. I do not understand what's going on there, but it is what it is. So Logan Paul's brought his ratty, stringy ass hair back to Raw. He was getting booed out the rafters. And the one thing a fan posted on Twitter the fan sign, and it was so accurate. I have to read it, and I wish I would have found it in time so I could upload it. But he said, the sign says, "Sir, I feel compelled to stress that we are not booing because of your effective heel work. We are booing because you are simply awful." And honestly, that is the best explanation of Logan Paul. Don't get me wrong. I could call a spade when I see one. In the ring, he's not bad at all. He's quite good. He's one of the best, if not the best, celebrity to ever come into WWE and wrestle, and he did it with ease and finesse. So I don't have no problems with his wrestling capability and his skill. What he lacks is real personality, persona capability, and what he lacks is an entertainment value. Just because you can draw heat because you're a shitty person doesn't mean that you are a WWE superstar. What that means is that you draw heat naturally because you're a piece of shit. Now, what you can't do is actually be a face and be effective at it. That takes work, that takes skill, because being a heel is easy. In many cases, being a heel is easy. You're hated, they're booing. All you got to do is do something dastardly, but being a face is hard. It's difficult. And that's something that you don't know anything about and you can't do. So they just use you for the cheap pops and, of course, the views that you bring in, and then they send your ass home. Hopefully, you won't be any more of a 15-minute little popcorn pop in the Royal Rumble that nobody has to care about. Your ass needs to be early in the Rumble. I don't want to see you nowhere in the lower 20s. We don't want to see that. We're good. We're good, babe. So I'm going to get this chipmunk off my screen, because I don't really have much to say about him. Seth and Gunther kicked off the show. They was out there talking and going back and forth. Basically, they was having a little, tit for tat, a little yin and yang. And Seth basically was like, he laid on the floor and was talking cash shit about how he had lost one of the biggest matches of his career. And he just was like, I needed to find who I was and I know who I am. And he had got his battle cry on. And then that's when Gunther's music hit, and Gunther was like, bitch, you didn't do shit with this championship. He was like, this title is mine, okay? And the reason why this title is where it is because of me. He was like, listen, when I beat whoever wins at the Royal Rumble, whether it be you, Anybody else who wins, okay? Because I just got done beating that clown Jay Uso. Now I was like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Now we all watched Saturday Night Main Event, and while the show was not the greatest, one thing I will say is that your ass didn't beat Jay Uso just right out the gate like you was out there dominating. No, sir. No, sir. There were multiple instances where your ass almost lost that championship and you didn't almost kick out. So let's keep it fucking real. Respect the man because he took you to the limit. Because if it had been just a little bit longer, bitch, you might not be champion right now. And had it been my decision, your ass wouldn't be champion at all. I would have took the belt from you. Real talk. Anyway, so Gunther basically told Seth that he was like, even if you win, he said, I hope it is you. I hope you do win. And I hope you do challenge me for the championship. He said, because all I'm going to do is beat you like I beat everybody else, leave you in my wake, and continue to solidify my legacy with this championship. And this title is going to be synonymous with me, Gunther. Seth was like, bitch, please. Okay. Without me, you wouldn't even have that championship. Without me, there would be no World Heavyweight Championship. Okay? So you can do whatever you want, but your name will never be more synonymous with that belt than mine. I built that title off of my back, and that just is what it is. Then Logan Paul came out there. They all laughing at him. They was laughing at him, which they should have been. And Seth was like, hey, look, little homie said that he next in line, and Gunther was like, you know what, Seth, you know what, fuck that, I deal with you later, you little nigga, yeah, let it be you, so I can whoop your ass, okay, because hell yeah, let him win. Seth started cracking up. He was like, yeah, he gonna win, all right, cool, but he was like, nah, it ain't gonna be, because you joking and laughing and kikiing because you whooping his ass. You're gonna be more concerned with me when I take your championship from you. And I was like, oh, okay. Then the segment was over. Everybody left. I'm like, that was awkward. It was an awkward way to end the segment. Everybody was out there, and it seemed like both of them was on the same page with laughing at Logan Paul, which we all were. But then Seth kind of, I don't know. It felt kind of awkward. It felt kind of awkward. Anyways. So, anywho's, let's get to the next match. So, this tag team match. Listen. You can say what you want to about JD McDonough, but that is one tough SOB. Okay, that man busted his head on that table hard as shit. Now the man got up. The ref asked him, was he okay? I guess they checked him for a concussion while he was on the ground, because they usually send the doctor out there real quick to make sure he don't have a concussion. I guess they cleared him enough to be able to go. He said he was all right. He seemed to be a little shaken, but he hit his head hard. And I'm not laughing at him getting hit. I'm laughing at Pat them, because Pat them said it's a good thing that he got such a massive noggin. I was like, Jesus. I promise y'all I'm not laughing at this man getting hurt, because I don't want nobody to get hurt. It was the comment that Pat made that made me laugh. Look, wrestling is a dangerous sport. We all know this. And there's always a hidden risk factor of danger that can come into play here every time you watch this show and every time the superstars go out there. It is highly possible that these guys can get injured, but to see it live on TV, it's a little different. So I'm glad that he's okay. I don't ever want to see anything like that again, but I'm glad that he's okay. And he seemed to be fine. He came out there, he finished working that match, he got it done, and the War Raiders retained their championship. And Finn Balor was nowhere to be found. We have not seen Finn Balor since his loss to Gunther and Damien. Like, wasn't that the last time we saw him? Or was it a little bit after that? It was his after his loss to Damian Priest in that street fight.
Yeah.
He hasn't been seen since. Now I don't know exactly what's going on with Finn, but ooh child, he ain't been seen. It was awkward, and the Logan just didn't hit the way he should have. He's never gonna hit the way people think he should have. Like, ugh. JD got lucky by the grace of God. Like, he really got hurt. It looked like he really got hurt. Like, it was really bad. Okay. So, everything else that happened on the show was pretty standard. Zelina Vega has been drafted back to SmackDown. She will be leaving and going to SmackDown, showing up on SmackDown pretty soon. She put out a nice little message over on Twitter. Michael Cole made the announcement today while Rey Mysterio was out there wrestling Xavier that Zelina Vega was drafted to SmackDown and she would be leaving. This is the message she put out on Twitter. She said, I might have cried a little bit after this picture. She said, it's bittersweet. You've taught me well, and I will forever be grateful and so honored. I'll be sure to rep you and LWO over on SmackDown. So Vega's leaving. This was her last outing on Monday Night Raw this past Monday. So she is not going to be on the show anymore with the fellas, and she's no longer going to be on Raw with LWO. She's going to be running solo dolo over on SmackDown. Now, I don't know if they're going to pair her with anybody, but I want to see Zelina Vega get some get back. I really want to see her get a championship. I'm very, very curious about what they have planned for Vega and where they're headed with her. On SmackDown, I feel like she could thrive the most. They do need heels over there in the women's division. They've got Candice, they've got Chelsea, Piper, Nia Jax. Who else is a heel over there? Ain't that it? Oh, Tiffany Stratton's still a heel for now. And on the other side, they got Naomi, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and that's it, right?
I think so.
I don't think no other girls are over there right now. I like how they did the draft this year instead of making it an actual event. Okay. Logan said he dripped charisma and they were like, bitch, where? Try, okay. Logan is the perfect heel. People really don't like him. That's kind of the point. Like, all he has is that people don't like him. While he's good in the ring, and of course he's gonna draw natural heat because he's a piece of shit. That's not the point. Like I said before, if you heard me or not is irrelevant, but if you didn't hear me, I'll repeat it. It's not about him being the perfect heel. There's a lot of people who are great heels and a lot of people who are just good at being heels. It's about if you really are cut out to be there. And while, yeah, you're good at something, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to do it as a career or that that's where you're supposed to be in life. A lot of people are good at shit. Okay? You could be good at doing hair. You could be good at doing nails. You could be good at drawing. You could be good at public speaking. You can be good at a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that this is where you belong and what you're supposed to do. He's not well-rounded enough to be a heel, and he's not good enough on the microphone, in my opinion, and he won't function well as a face. He doesn't, he's just not that good. Blair and Elektra, both of them are heels though. So that just adds to the other side. It's not, I'm not saying that, they weren't on the roster, but neither one of them are faces. They're heel characters. So that still leaves Jade, Bianca, Naomi, and that's it. And Michin and BFAB. Forgot about them. Michin and BFAB. So yeah. Those are the five. So you got 5 and 7. We're at 5 and 7 with heels and faces on SmackDown. So it's sort of even. If Zelina Vega wants to be a heel, I think she would be a good one. They can move Blair over to being a face. She ain't doing shit no way. So I mean, she more than likely will probably be that extra help for Piper and Chelsea. It's a half-ass job. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. Everybody can is my thing is this. I'm not going to give you accolades for doing something you naturally get just from walking down the street. I'm not going to praise you for that. Like, people are going to say dirty shit to Logan Paul just because he's fucking Logan Paul, not because he's Logan Paul the wrestler. There's no persona there. What you see is who he is. That's him. That's him in a nutshell. So he's not really doing anything other than his ring work. He's not really doing anything or adding anything. He just is another face that happens to be popular. I can guarantee you, if his name wasn't Logan Paul, you would be saying he was mediocre. But because he's Logan Paul, he gets the higher upper echelon of accolades and respect because of that. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to assess you for where you are, and you are limited. Where has Carmen Sandiego been? So Logan Paul doesn't belong there. That is really not up to me to decide if he belongs there. My point is that he doesn't fit in terms of what a good heel represents and how a good heel can operate. A good heel would be somebody like Kevin Owens, who on a dime can really flip and change how people feel about him by how he operates. It doesn't have to be him just attacking Cody Rhodes or him going after specific faces. Kevin Owens can make you hate him by how he moves. And then in the flip of a switch, the moment that he switches back to being a face, you're going to cheer for him again because Kevin has charisma. He has a way about him. Logan Paul doesn't have charisma. He's just an asshole. There's a difference. You get what I mean? Same thing with Sami Zayn. Same thing with Seth Rollins. Same thing with Drew McIntyre. Even the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. They all have a way. Okay? Roman hasn't really changed much. The only difference is Roman no longer has the power, as people put it, for him to be able to command the control that he had before. He no longer has that power over his cousins and the bloodline. That's all dispersed. It's just him and Pauline now. So what has changed with Roman Reigns? His attitude is the same. He may not be out there dominating WWE, but there's nothing that's changed with him. So the question is, why do you cheer for him? Because you don't like Solo taking something that didn't belong to him. And Solo was the one doing all the dastardly shit, attacking people, taking people out, using the outsiders of the family to destroy everything from within. And you was like, wait a minute, this is Roman Reigns shit. He's not supposed to be doing that. So your mind is telling you that Roman's a good guy specifically because you don't like what Solo was doing. It's a psychology to it. Okay? And Logan Paul don't have that. It don't matter who he goes up against. All he's going to do is go out there and run them down. He's going to say, oh, I'm better than all of you because I was able to do it in a year's time where it took y'all, 20, 30 years to get here. I'm running around here cashing big checks. I'm getting championships. I'm in the main event and I'm doing it smart. I work smarter, not harder. Same story, different toilet. Doesn't matter who he goes up against. It's going to be the same rhetoric. We're going to be on a fucking wheel over and over and over again because there's nothing to him. So I'm saying, He don't belong in the public eye, child. That's crazy. Well, somebody have to like it for him to be there. So I'm not saying he doesn't belong in the E. He definitely is there and he can work. He does put in great work in the ring. That's not my issue. It's that he's limited. You got me, Bobby. You understand. She hasn't been around in so long. I think he's mediocre forever. Oh, well. That is your opinion. You are subject to that opinion. I'm not going to argue with you about that. One thing I have a question about, and some of y'all probably going to be like, why are you asking this? Okay, but listen. John Cena was on the first Raw on Netflix. Ain't seen him since. We are days away from Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is Saturday. Where have you been, twin? Where are you? Why didn't you show up today? They was in Atlanta, correct? Now, I know John Cena probably don't live in Atlanta, but I'm just questioning, where the fuck were you? Shouldn't he show up on Monday Night Raw? Unless they decide to let him show up on SmackDown this Friday, which is fine. It's just he hasn't shown up on anything. So when does the farewell tour start?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, when does the tour actually begin? When does that happen? That's all I'm asking. Because we're kind of in a the stretch. We get ready to hit the first leg of the road to WrestleMania. We on the first highways and byways of this road. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to take the scenic route. I want to stay on 71. Okay, I want to take a straight shot. I don't want to keep, weaving through the trees and shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on no dirt road. So what's going on? There was an article saying he was finishing his scenes for an upcoming project. Well, why the hell they announced the farewell tour before he got done with his other obligations? You gonna mess your game up, baby. Queen K says the farewell tour is the friends we made along the way. All right, then. Wow. So let's talk about it. Okay. Tomorrow is NXT. There's nothing else to discuss when it comes to Monday Night Raw. Cause I mean, I did watch the promo between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I saw that. So that's definitely interesting. It's very much a foreshadowing moment. Okay. We love that for them. But let's talk about NXT. I know some of y'all don't like NXT, but it's cool. Hello, Brandy. How are you? I don't think that was the point, but all right. I mean, yeah, sure. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah, I don't really care, Kayla. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did see the vignette between them. I'm just not interested unless they start doing something. Lyra done declared for the Rumble, so at this point, it is what it is. Unfortunately, Dakota Kai does have a concussion, which I'm sure she'll recover from, and she'll be back soon. But NXT is tomorrow. They're gonna be in Atlanta. Um, the tag team titles are gonna be on the line for the women. I don't know about the men's tag team titles. I'm pretty sure that uh the Rascals are gonna show up at NXT in Atlanta due to Wesley and his gang, Tyson and Tyreek, getting involved in their match in TNA at TNA Genesis. That cost him the titles, and whatever match he might have, of course, I see the Rascals getting involved. So I believe there was a match booked for Trick Williams versus Wesley this Tuesday. I want to say I'm not 100% positive on that. So hold on. Let me double check. I was like, I wanna say that this is true. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I was right. So let me see if I can show y'all what I'm seeing over on Twitter because they don't have it up on the WWE website yet. But let me switch off to the Twitter tab. Okay, so this this coming Tuesday, which is tomorrow, you're gonna have Oba Femi on the Grayson Waller effect. And Grayson Waller and Austin Theory like stirring the pot because they petty as hell. Okay. Then you've got Fallon facing off against Shotzi. Now Fallon attacked um what's her name? Fallon attacked Stephanie Vakir and cost her title shot against her because she knew if she go up against Stephanie she gonna lose, but she know that she got a better shot at beating Shotzi. Fair enough. Stephanie went and attacked JC, asked her where she was, and JC claimed she didn't know. For you to get bitched out in front of everybody like that, ooh, I would feel so helpless. That lady bitched you out in front of everybody. Girl, I would feel so disrespected and so helpless. But Fallon been in hiding this whole time. And of course, Shotzi weaseled her way into this title shot. I don't think Shotzi's gonna beat Fallon. I think Fallon and them are gonna cheat. And Stephanie is owed a one-on-one title shot, seeing as how she beat three other women in a fatal four-way to get the title shot. And they basically took it away from her and made her compete again for another title shot, which didn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty pissed off about that. But Wesley is supposed to face off against Trick Williams. Now, it says who will take on the next step closer to the NXT championship. I don't know what that means, but Trick Williams is supposed to face off against Wesley. More than likely, the Rascals are going to show up, and it's going to be Tyreek, Tyson, and the Rascals fighting. And of course, Trick Williams might get the W over Wesley because of it. But they definitely need to come out there because he did cost them their title shot, so it's only fair that they come out there and get their lick back. All right. And last but not least, like I told y'all, the tag team titles are on the line. Naomi and Bianca will face off against Jakara and Lash for those tag team titles. Okay. So that's going to be your show for NXT for now. There are some feuds happening over in NXT you might want to pay attention to. Now, Tony D'Angelo did not come out there while the family was wrestling last week, and they said that they needed him, but he was too busy back there chatting it up with Izzy Dame. Now, I think that Izzy Dame has already joined up with Sean Spears and Co., And she's just causing enough distraction and bullshit with them so that Shawn Spears could possibly end up with that championship at some point. Now, the next PLE for NXT, I do not know. It's Vengeance. It's Vengeance. It's in February. That's the next PLE. So they more than likely will have those titles on the line then. And then you still have the reigning, defending tag teams of Fraxium. They ain't dropped them titles to nobody, okay? They have been going strong. I don't know who's going to take them titles from them, but I will say they are bulletproof at this point, child. Any whoosies, y'all, it's been a good night. It's been great. Hopefully Wednesday we'll go over NXT and what happened on the show. I will talk to y'all about. Y'all make sure y'all rate, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget to do that. Y'all can go head on over to my podcast tab over here on YouTube and go listen to the breakdown of Lita's book. I'm working on Becky's book right now as we speak. Please go over and check it out and make sure you sign up so you can get the first listen to the breakdown of Becky's book. I promise y'all are going to enjoy it, and I'm going to do all of the Superstars books like that. After I read Becky's, there's the Bellas, there's Drew's. Karrion Kross just came out with a book. There's so many, and I know a lot of y'all don't like to read, so I figured you'd rather hear me give you a nice little breakdown of the book and what I felt about it and how I feel about each one of the people I'm reading about. So that's going to be a podcast on my channel. Don't forget to check out the merch. The merch is there. Go to Fourth Wall and check it out. I'll make sure the link will be in the description for that. And I will see you guys on Wednesday when we do Freestyle Wednesday. I love each and every one of you for coming over here and chilling with me. All right? I appreciate you. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
If you don't want to see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me, baby? But look at where I ended up.